Hi guys, I'm back with another video. This time I am going to try and do this sketch right here. It is using two photographs and I was going back and forth between this one and this one right here, but I decided to go with this one in the end, and it's going to change a little bit. I might not even do the whole layout the way it looks exactly, but it is the inspiration and that is going to be my starting point. That's the good part about using sketches, is that you can take it as a literal translation or you can use it as inspiration and do what you'd like. So I am going to start off with these two photographs of my sister and her daughter, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward and see what I come up with.
So what I started here, I don't know why I said see what I come up with if I already know that I'm going to follow this sketch. It's more or less going to look like the one I picked out in the end. So what I'm doing here is I'm picking out some pattern papers so that I can choose 3 different patterns. If you look at the sketch closely, it does have different variations or patterns on it. The one that has the photos on top of it doesn't have any of the same type of pattern, and so if you choose to decide to make this, that's what the sketch is calling for. It doesn't have to be the exact same type of pattern that they have in the sketch, but it is calling for something like that if you choose to follow it, or just choose 3 different patterns of your liking. I chose all of these from a paper pad collection or from the same collection, and so I know that they will all go. In the end, I had to choose something darker up top, which is why I chose a smaller piece of that pattern paper so that it wouldn't be too overwhelming for the middle piece, which I chose the gold foiled spots that are in a tinier print, and then I did want this house print down at the bottom, or I wanted a more prominent pattern of it because I feel like that's where it would have shown the most. So I did want to have like a seam between the pattern papers, and so I decided to go for a gold foiled washi, and then instead of making them both the same type of washi strip, I decided to go for this green and white gingham that is from the washi tape set from Jen Hadfield anyway, so I knew that they would go. The one thing that I started doing that was not going to be the same as the sketch was that I didn't put the photographs side by side. I kind of put them askew, and I put one higher up than the other, and also I didn't choose to make 3 rows of hearts, and actually I just went with 1 row of hearts and then 1 heart by itself over to the right hand side of the layout. As you can see already, I've already been laying down some of them. I did end up stitching the hearts like it has on the sketch, and I made a mistake. The stitching kind of went askew towards the bottom, and the bottom 2 hearts on the layout, which is user error on my part. But overall, aside from that, it came out okay, and nobody's really going to say anything about my stitching because they can't. I'm not going to be there to hear it. I'm sure my sister will love it just the same. And of course, she'll make a remark about it, but I'm not, the intention isn't to hurt my feelings. Anyway, I do decide to use this little pink heart on the, on top of this striped one, and it says Home Sweet Home. And I wanted to kind of convey the feeling of being at home, or them two being at home. They took these pictures at home, and so it was something to that effect that I wanted to have the mood and feel be. They weren't out anywhere. They weren't having, this wasn't at school. This was just a picture at home that they decided to have a selfie together with. And so I titled it Me and You, and I did use those Valentine's Day foam stickers. And yeah, it was just one of those pictures that you take, or layouts that you make, that you just want something lovely with 2 people. And I am going to ask my sister for some sort of journaling, or if she wants anything to say, I'm going to put strips of vellum journaling across the house's pattern paper, and I'm trying to make it go right where that house is, that little birdhouse that I put down there on the bottom. And I am using that neutral tag, that cardstock, craft cardstock tag, but to me it seems like it's just a hole that a lot of your direction is going into. And so just after a few minutes here, you'll see that I do take it off, and I do come up and show you that I use an actual embossing folder to create dimension, and then I further enhance that dimension and add depth with some inking, some Distress Oxide ink in the worn lipstick. And so I decided to do that because I needed to kind of have that craft cardstock tag blend in a bit more. It was attracting too much attention within itself, and I needed something to mask it. So I put in this little ephemera piece that says Love Always, and it's kind of a notebook pattern paper shape, and I'm gluing the rest of the ephemera pieces. I couldn't decide where I wanted that foam heart, and I decided to put it back on that house, and then I moved the butterfly up, and that worked a lot better for me. So here you can see that I did emboss it, and I used I don't know if it's a Lifestyle Crafts embossing folder or the We Are Memory Keepers embossing folders. I had picked up a few from Tuesday Morning, and so this wasn't even in my toolkit to use, but I just decided that it would call for it, and that was directly inspired from Janet over at RTS. Just her use of embossing folders is something that's really inspiring, because I don't tend to gravitate to these tools. Even though I like them, I never know how to use them, and so I was really glad to have thought of this, and I like the end result of it. It's not too jarring, and neither is the ink. And the cool thing about the Distress Oxide inks is that it kind of makes the ink look lighter, and it has kind of a chalky look after you wet it. And so that alteration part of the tag was really neat to make. So here my end pieces are all enamel dots, and I get them also from the Jen Hatfield collection, where it has these wood embellishments as well. I only use the enamel dots, and I bring out another set as well. These are supposed to be from a Christmas set, but the colors went, and so I decided to pop those on as well. In the end, after that, what you don't see is that I do add foam tape to the top layer of the heart to give it further dimension, and I give the butterfly further dimension as well by adding foam behind that. I do love the contrast or the depth that those give the layout, and also the chipboard pieces, since they're so dimensional. It gives it a different look, but it's also the type of surface that the chipboard pieces have. Some have like a semi-glossy look, and others have a very glossy look, and all the dimensional pieces are different depths. So here you are taking a closer look at the pieces that were all sewn in, and that is my finished layout. I hope you have a chance to check out the other ladies that are also participating in the Mini Kit Monday group with our special guests Becky Back and Kristen Crafts here on YouTube. I will link them all down below. And don't forget to check out the other regular posting Mini Kit Monday ladies, Becky, Dolly, Tracy, Kathy, and Shannon. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day wherever you are. Bye!